think it's crucial that young women learn to code as early as possible to ensure that we have a voice and a stake in what the world looks like.
That is as relevant today as it was 10 years ago, in my opinion. So maybe we should just use this video for our applications for next year. I am so proud that Kode with Klossy is celebrating its 10th birthday, and we are thinking about the future and the next 10 years and all that we're going to do. But I'm taking a walk down memory lane. Come with me. So it all started in 2014 when I took a coding boot camp at the Flatiron School. Just out of curiosity, I didn't think it would change my life in any way. That sort of opened my eyes to just sort of how this all works. And it really got me thinking, how can I share access to this experience? The next spring of 2015, we launched a scholarship.
Hi everyone, I'm Carly Kloss, and I'm excited to partner with the Flatiron School to announce the Kode with Carly Scholarship.
Oh my gosh, I'm a baby. My hair is very blonde. I love those earrings. I need to find those earrings. This video was sort of just like a little bit of an experiment, not expecting many people to engage, and I was blown away. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm gonna cry. This is so crazy. I remember watching all of those applications roll in from girls all over the country and actually all over the world. And then we received 600 really strong applications, and we were only able to award 21 scholarships with the spot. But it really kind of sparked that moment for me to realize there is such a bigger opportunity here. I remember visiting our scholars during that first summer camp in New York and just being so impressed with their ideas and their questions and what they were building. I don't know, I felt so personally connected and invested in these young women because they were like my little sisters. Seeing their faces, to be honest, even just in this picture, you can tell like the look in their eyes that they feel seen. 2016 was a real year of sort of entrepreneurial growth at Kode with Klossy. We fully sort of produced and designed the 2-week program. Our camps were in New York, LA, but the third one, which was really meaningful to me, was in St. Louis, my hometown. And it was really important to me from the start to really focus on democratizing access also to geographies and cities that might not have these sorts of programs. Oh my gosh. Okay, this picture of everybody in their Like a Kloss tee, that was our first merch ever. I definitely still wear mine all the time. And sometimes I even see them in the wild. Like I still every now and then see somebody wearing one, which is crazy. So about 6 months after camp ended, that December, I wanted to check in on them. And so I called up a bunch of our scholars and wanted to hear what they had been up to.
Life after Kode with Klossy is awesome because it gave me so much confidence in myself, not only as a coder, but also as a person.
I am so much more confident. I have a voice, and I feel like my voice can help other people.
I hope to spread the gift of knowledge and teach other people how to code because it's so important to me now.
Thank you so much for giving me my coding superpower.
I was really sort of blown away by how much those 2 weeks really meant to them and how much it actually sort of sparked further ideas of like the things that they wanted to spend their time on.
Women are seriously underrepresented in STEM fields.
Still blonde.
To change that. Last year, Kode with Klossy was pretty epic.
Wow, so many things. Okay, so again, it was like a big year of growth. We were getting more public awareness about the work that we were doing. I mean, I remember all the media at the time was still like, Carly and her nerdy hobby.
I just loved finding this out about you. I had no idea that you were into coding and technology and science.
Oh yeah.
But you say you're a big nerd.
I'm a total nerd. People just couldn't understand why I was interested in this. And I kind of used that as like, fine, like that, let that be a hook to bring people in, that it's me, a fashion model, but still we're getting the attention of young women to come into these spaces. Hi, I'm Carly. I didn't know PHP from a hashtag TBT. Honestly, the team convinced me to do it, and I can't even watch it. I really can't even look at this. But you know what? Anything for Kode with Klossy. This was the year we really invested in scale. More cities, more partners, more instructors. It was really exciting to see because so many of our instructors and former scholars were pursuing computer science education and work opportunities, but then coming back to our classrooms and passing on that knowledge.
Apply to Code with Klossy! Don't forget, tell everyone you know about Code with Klossy.
I feel like I'm always like shouting from the rooftops spring before camp to get sort of the word out for applications. I think we came up with the concept for this of literally let's shout from the rooftops and hit the streets and just talk to people to try and convince them to come join us in camp. In 2019, I also surprised one of our camps that we hosted with Carolina Herrera, and we had some of the chemists there who had designed the fragrance, the Good Girl fragrance that I get to be the face of. And it was really cool to sort of show the science behind a fashion house and to sort of thread that for our scholars to see how you can be a nerdy girl in STEM like me and also find, career opportunities in creative spaces. I love this video by the numbers of 2019 because it really shows you sort of how big the impact already was at that point. At the end of it, we say, we'll see you in camp next summer, 2020. Meanwhile, we had no idea that 2019 would be the last in-person camp for some time, and that by summer 2020, we would need to fully reimagine how we run our programs.
It's no secret that Code with Klossy 2020 camps looked a little different this summer.
This is so crazy!
We pivoted our programs to create a virtual offering and served more young women than ever before in our largest geographic footprint to date. 75% of our scholars identified as people of color, and our attendees represented 44 states and 20 countries. We ensured our scholars had access to the equipment they needed, we got our Zoom links ready, and on June 1st, our first set of scholars signed on to Code with Klossy's first ever virtual camp.
It was definitely a challenge, but it actually forced us to grow and evolve sort of how we run our programs, how we do our teacher training, and not just sort of to meet that moment in 2020, but to sort of evolve moving forward.
I'm on set in New York right now. I literally was like, okay, pause the photo shoot. I have to go run and quickly say hi to all of our amazing scholars.
So now the year's 2021, and I had my first child that spring. So I was Zooming in all throughout the summer, and we had incredible speakers Zooming in. I mean, it really unlocked so much. But by this point, our alumni community was now more than 8,000 strong, spanning globally across 73 countries. And at the time, 65% of our alumni were majoring or minoring in computer science, which is awesome. So now in 2022, after coming out of sort of the pandemic and evolving to find a new sort of streamlined way to run virtual programs, we were able to also go back to in-person and run a hybrid summer, awarding more than 4,000 scholarships across the world, providing laptops to those who needed them. We developed our first ever AI ML curriculum. So because this was the first summer that we were back in person, I got to swing by our first camp in St. Louis. Special because that's really one of the first cities it all began, and got to reunite with scholars after being virtual for 2 years.
Apply to Code with Klossy!
2023 was our biggest year in terms of total scholarships awarded. That summer, we awarded 5,000. And the alumni community was, at that point, really starting to mature and to lead. And they were mentoring new scholars, joining as instructor assistants, speaking at events. And it really showed us how this long-term support of our community was creating a real ecosystem. In 2023, one of the winners of the Swift Student Challenge at Apple was a Code with Klossy alumni. And so we kicked off the first day of camps at the Apple campus in California with Tim Cook, casual, no big deal. So 2024 was all about Codeabration. We ran 4 two-day programs in 4 different cities, and what made it even more exciting was the focus on AI. It was really exciting to evolve from just a summer program to finally launch year-round programming, because that was something we had dreamed about since the beginning. 2024 was about continuing to show up in deeper and deeper ways. I always love to catch up with our scholars, and here we are in my hometown. One of these amazing scholars was getting her PhD at WashU. Another one had just landed a job at a major tech company in St. Louis. I love to sit in on demo days and to hear our alumni stories. It really just makes it so real for me and reminds me why we do this and why we need to keep doing this. 2025. I cannot believe it's been 10 years of doing this work. And I'm just so proud because when I reflect back on sort of those early years, many scholars started and joined our community when they were 13 or 15, and now they're 23 or 25. And in the world, they're working in tech, they're launching their startups, and they're teaching the next generation. This was so surreal and such a bucket list dream to ring in the New York Stock Exchange bell. And that, to me, was a moment that was beyond just Code with Klossy. It was really a moment to honor not only our alumni who were there present and got to experience it, but our whole community and women around the world in technology and really honoring the role that they play in helping shape our future. I truly believe in my heart that our scholars are just getting started, and so are we at Code with Klossy. I'm so proud of how far we've come, and yet this is really just the beginning. So thank you for being on this journey with us, and I can't wait for all that's ahead.